Hi, I'm Income Acceleration Coach Kimberly Sheridan. Welcome to another Income Booster video. Today we're going to talk about opportunities, and that's both recognizing opportunities as well as creating opportunities. Now first, recognizing opportunities. Opportunities present themselves to you every single day. There are opportunities out there just knocking on your door, and you may or may not be recognizing them. So what does an opportunity look like? An opportunity is something that is going to move you forward towards achieving your goal and manifesting your vision for your business. So why don't we recognize these opportunities? Well, many times they come disguised in what Napoleon Hill would call the sly disguises of opportunity. So they come maybe as signs of misfortune or some sort of problem or what he would call temporary defeat, right? And so if you take a moment to step back every day at the end of your day or at the beginning of your day and just evaluate what's taken place in the last 24 hours in your business and in your life, you might recognize some opportunities that come from things that you never would have anticipated before. But once you take a moment to get quiet, pay attention, and really evaluate what's going on, you might see opportunities where you didn't know they existed before. And so really those opportunities are presenting themselves to us every single day. Let's say 10 or 20 opportunities every single day, and we may or may not even be recognizing them or picking up on them. But let's say you do. Let's say you see an opportunity and you watch yourself let that opportunity go by. You meet somebody at a networking event and they express interest in what you do, and you see yourself go back to your office and delay calling them and delay calling them and delay calling them until finally you're too embarrassed to pick up the phone and place a phone call to them because it's been so long. Who knows why you delayed? Maybe you were busy the first day. Maybe you forgot the second day. Maybe the third day you started feeling bad about not having contacted them more quickly. Maybe you started feeling self-doubt. You started being overwhelmed by perfectionism, thinking, well, I'll call them after I X, I Y, and I Z, right? So I'll call them after I feel more prepared, after I've prepared this presentation of what I'm going to say to them on the phone and how they might respond and what I'll say to that response, right? For whatever reason, you've delayed getting back in touch with them. That's an opportunity. Is an opportunity lost? Maybe or maybe not. Pick up the phone, find out. That's the only way to really find out. But even so, there's always another fish in the sea. There's always another opportunity to present itself to you, probably in the next day. So the key is to keep your eyes open for opportunity and give yourself even 5 minutes, if it's only 5 minutes at the end of the business day, to look back on the day and see what opportunities may have presented themselves to you that day and what actions you can plan to take the next day. Now the key is you need to take those actions the first thing in the morning, and if it's an inappropriate time, sometimes people get up and work early, you can't do it at the first thing in the morning of your business day. Set a specific time in the morning hours that you're going to take advantage of that opportunity. That's the key to really moving your business forward. People that you see that you know and respect, and you see them having growing businesses and thriving businesses, aren't just sitting back waiting for people to call them. They're proactively calling other people. So let's talk about creating opportunities. Where can you create opportunities? Well, pretty much every single day you can create opportunities. Here's some examples. Let's say on Facebook, there is a group that you've run across of radio and TV hosts. Why aren't you participating in that group? Why can't you contact some of the people that host radio shows and ask them to interview you on your topic of expertise? Why can't you be looking for other people who have expertise that complements yours and be creating an interview opportunity where you interview them and sign people up to an opt-in list where they're getting access to these interviews and buying the recordings on the back end if they choose to, right? Why can't you set up a podcast that's creating an opportunity for you to either get into the minds of your prospects every single week or to interview people that are experts in their various fields to set yourself up as a person that brings together valuable information for your list and other people that want to join your list, right? Organizations you belong to. If you want to start speaking, start with your local organizations you already belong to. Even if you aspire to be on a big stage in front of 1,000 people, but you haven't done any speaking, start with a group of 10 people in a local meetup group. Start with organizations that you're already a member of, that you network in, that you can easily go in front of and speak to, even if they're not your ideal target market at the very beginning. If you haven't had a lot of speaking engagement experience, go ahead and do it. Get comfortable so that you'll be ready for the next experience, right? You want to create a workshop, create a live event locally just to get yourself out there. You know, call up newspaper columnists or magazine columnists in your area or in your niche market and ask them to interview you. You know, this is creating opportunities. The Facebook friends you have, many of us collect Facebook friends like we're collecting, you know, baseball cards from when we were kids, or jokes on the Bazooka Joe gum wrappers. You know, and we're not really forming relationships with those people. So spend a day, maybe spend, you know, a few hours going through your Facebook friends, quote unquote friends, and looking at what they do. Go to their websites, go to their Facebook pages, see what they do, and see how what they do can complement what you do. And maybe that's your next joint venture partner. You know, so really take advantage of creating opportunities, because I guarantee you the business owners that you know and respect and admire are not sitting in their offices waiting for people to contact them for the opportunities they get. They're not waiting for people to contact them to say, we want to nominate you for this award, we want to interview you for this, we want you to write an article for that. They're actually out there creating those opportunities for themselves. So I want to ask you to do the same. I want to ask you to spend 5 minutes a day looking at your business day and seeing where you were presented with opportunities that you might have missed. But once you give yourself 5 minutes of quiet time, you recognize that that was actually an opportunity. Go back the next day and scoop up that opportunity and take advantage of it. And I also want you to spend time creating opportunities for yourself. Think to yourself, what's going to get me in front of my business audience? Who is already in front of my audience, whether it's business owners or whether it's consumers, whoever your audience is, who is already in front of them, whether it be with a publication, a radio show, a TV show, a networking group, an association, whoever it is. Contact the owners, the organizers, or the writers, or the interviewers of those groups and ask them to bring you in, to bring valuable content to their audience or to their members. This is it for another Income Booster video. I'll see you next time.